Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video that is the
Palette Tag 5000.
This is a new tag made by Cheek Geek. I did a collab with Cheek Geek a while ago. I will leave that video down below as well, and I will link her down below as well together with this original video. But we are going to be talking about eyeshadow palettes, and I love talking about eyeshadow palettes, and I know that you love talking about eyeshadow palettes, so I'm very intrigued to have a full video just answering some questions. And there were some really good questions in here, so let's dive in. I will of course leave all the questions down below in case you want to do this as well, and if you are intrigued in doing this, please let me know. I would love to see your answers as well. Some of these I immediately knew what I was going to be answering, and some of them was a little hard. One of them especially hard, and we'll get to that in a bit. I really enjoyed her video where she was describing this and also describing her thoughts behind this, and I feel like there were some questions in here that was a little new and innovative and just thinking outside the box, and I'm all about that life. I am usually all about the colorful eyeshadow game, which I'm not sporting today. I don't know if this look is live yet or not, but I'm actually doing a full face of Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk, so that is why I'm looking like this sophisticated babe today. I feel like this is what people think I should be wearing. I'm 39, people are like, yeah, you should be sticking to the nudie pinks. I do like this look. I think it's really pretty, but obviously I'm more about the colorful eyeshadow, and that is definitely what we're going to be talking about today. So the questions, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions. Just enough. We're gonna start with number 1. I have it here. I have all the palettes in front of me. A palette you wore on a special occasion. This is very easy for me because this is the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette, and I wore this to my wedding. I got married to my husband in 2020. We had a very small wedding, and I did my own makeup, and I actually did a green eyeshadow look, and there is a video here on YouTube where I'm showing I'm recreating the green eyeshadow look that I had for my wedding. I'm recreating it for my YouTube channel, so that is back in 2020. If you want to go and search for that video, that is live. But I wore the Metropolis to my wedding. No regrets. I love the makeup look that I did, and I mean, it's one of my favorite palettes in my collection. It's still here, it's still live, and I'm super excited that I have it, so that will be my answer. Next one is palette that you love, but it is repetitive. I made a video a while ago talking about these palettes from Beauté. They were doing these monochromatic palettes, and this is when I changed my mind about the eyeshadow quality about Beauté, because I was like, wait, these are actually really good. I really love these, and I especially love the blue one. That is the blue and purple, and the green one that is honestly a very nice variation of poppy, muted, cool tone, warm tone greens, light, dark. They really made a good effort here with a monochromatic palette that's all encompassing. But as my answer for this question, a palette that I love but it's a little repetitive, it would be this palette. So this is the one that's called Berries. Honestly, it's quite beautiful, and I'm gonna shoot some b-roll, so you're seeing some swatches now. The thing with this one is that there is a couple of shades here that are just a little repetitive. They're a little we didn't need them maybe, and I feel like with this palette they were trying to do something that was a monochromatic berry, but they didn't have as many options as they did with the earthy, and especially with the blue and purple, because that's not even a monochromatic palette. And I think they should have ventured a little bit outside of the berries and just also maybe included grapes, maybe just go a little bit more on the burgundy purpley side, or a warm purple, or maybe just venture into something that's a little bit more on the reddish side, go a little bit more on the cherries, maybe have a pale yellow for those yellowy pale cherries, something like that, to just break up this super monochromatic palette, because there are a couple of shades here on the eyes they're too similar, which is a shame because the quality is really beautiful, and I still love it. I still think it's beautiful, but it's not the most well thought out palette in my collection. Let's just put it like that. Palette you got your money's worth of. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised with me saying this, but this was the first palette I thought of. This was the easiest pick out of all of the questions, except the married one, of course, because I mean, that was the given. But this one is so easy, and I think some people are going to be super surprised about this one, but This is the Colourpop Orange Glad. I think I bought this one myself. Pretty sure I bought this one myself. This doesn't look like it's been that well used, but it is like a plastic here, so I wipe it off every now and then. This one has gone traveling with me so many times. Long trips, short trips. I literally love this palette, and one of my most used looks that I do when I'm traveling is this one all over the lid and the crease, and this one in my inner corner. Bam, done, out the door. If you watch my vlogs, you've probably seen that monochromatic orange look quite a few times on my vlog. Quite honestly, I love this palette, and I've used this. This is probably, I'm just taking a stab in the dark here, and I would at least say top 3 palettes that are most used in my collection, and especially like most used outside of YouTube, like on my free time. So I definitely got my money's worth, especially thinking about how affordable this palette is. I mean, this one is still available, I think, at Colourpop. I hope I'm not lying to you, but I still recommend this one. I think it's beautiful. Palette that is an amazing deal. You are gonna roll your eyes when you see me mention this, because you're gonna be like, bitch, we know. You've mentioned this too many million times. We know, but I have to say it one more time. One more time for the people in the back. The BH Cosmetics Say It palettes. These are incredible. These have been restocked at the BH Cosmetics website. You can also find them at Revolution Beauty. I think you can find them in some other places as well. I'm not 100% sure where. I know that now that Makeup Revolution bought BH Cosmetics, you can find them at even more places. This is an incredible series of palettes. I'm not going to be showing you swatches of all of these because, listen, I don't have time to do B-roll of all of these, but this is looking like a snack. This is Low Key Love You, which is one of my faves, the peach and the red. The quality of these are amazing, and you can, I think these are $15, but sometimes you can find it on like a deal as well. This is the Let That Go, the green brown one, very nice. And this is the Do Not Disturb, which technically is my favorite color story, technically, but this is the one that's most used in my of these because it's a red, orange, and yellow, and I just love wearing these kind of colors. Like I have a light, medium, neutral golden undertone, yellows, oranges, and reds. I feel so comfortable in them, even though I'm not wearing it today. It's just my comfort zone. I also really do love blues, but this like orange yellow color story, and I'm showing you swatches of this one because this is the one that's most used, but also to show you like how incredibly high quality the shadows in this collection by BH Cosmetics are, and I definitely recommend them, and they're so affordable, and I can just not recommend them enough, honestly. A quad you love but wish was a bigger palette, and I feel like I'm almost cheating here because I'm gonna mention even more orange. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. I love the Colourpop quads. I think the Colourpop quads, it's probably some of the better quality shadows that Colourpop has done, especially the mattes, and this one is called On the Mango. Again, I brought this one actually traveling last time when I was in Europe. That's kind of an orange. I love it. But I wish they would make this one into like a 12 pan version of this one, but also bring in, you can see there's a orangey brown here, and there's like a lighter peach. I would love this to be extrapolated into a brown, yellowy, orange, peach palette, maybe with a dark red matte. I think that would be an amazing 12 pan palette, and I'm like, I can see it in front of me. I wish that would happen, and honestly, I mean, Colourpop is releasing a lot of stuff. If you wait long enough, it will happen. I mean, it's bound to happen. At some point, they have to do all color stories, but I love this quad. I just kind of wish it was bigger. This was the question that I thought would be the absolute hardest to answer. I went through my entire collection twice, and I just couldn't really find anything that fit the bill. And this is the you love the quality of the eyeshadow but hate the packaging. And I realized if I hate the packaging, I declutter it. So I couldn't find anything in my collection, and I was like, I didn't really have any palette in my collection where I'm like, I hate this packaging, because I have so much makeup at this point. I have so many eyeshadows, and if you like declutters, I do really long declutters at the like end part of the year each year. So there is a big declutter series to watch if you have not seen that on my channel. But I realized that if a palette is not giving me the whole shebang, if it's not giving me everything I want, I will declutter it. So what I'm gonna mention now doesn't 100% fit the bill, because these are not eyeshadows I love. These are eyeshadows I think are good quality, and the packaging isn't necessarily like I hate it, but I don't think it's matching the price tag of the palettes. And that is the Star Wars palettes from Pat McGrath. I did do a video on these, basically comparing like the Star Wars makeup from ColourPop with the Star Wars makeup from Pat McGrath. And what I will say about these palettes is that I think the quality of these shadows are quite nice, and had these palettes been released from a more affordable brand, I would not have been having any kind of issue with them. But I'm gonna show you a close-up of the packaging of these palettes, and they're just not even high quality cardboard packaging, because there is high quality cardboard packaging and then there's like dinky quality packaging cardboard. This is not luxury cardboard packaging. There are stickers on the front, there are stickers on the back. It's just not giving Pat McGrath price tag feeling. This packaging is not giving that. It's giving you're about to find this at TG Maxx. This is what this one is giving, and it makes me sad that, and this is what I said in the video, that even though I like this quality of these shadows, I quite honestly think that ColourPop did a way better job with their Star Wars makeup than Pat McGrath did, because they have cute packaging and good quality eyeshadow. Is it as good as Pat McGrath? I mean, it depends on like what you're looking for in an eyeshadow, but quite honestly, I cannot with good conscience recommend these when you can get something for 1/3 of the price at ColourPop. Like, I just think that this packaging, it's really hard to defend. It's really hard to defend. Next question is a question that I'm actually not gonna be answering, and this is show your dream palette with singles. I used to do a lot of videos like this, and I will actually link a couple down below in case you want to see some of my past travel palettes, or if you want to see me like dream up different palettes based on like characters in video games and stuff. Here's the thing, I run my own beauty brand. My beauty brand is called Cinch Beauty, and I'm hoping in the future that I'm gonna be able to release something. So at this point in my career, I'm not willing to give my ideas out just willy-nilly, and I think that like a lot of people would understand that. I also have had 2 collab palettes, one in 2021 and one in 2022 with 2 different brands. I had the Club Nebula with Kaleidos, and I had the Hella palette with Oden's Eye, which were 2 of my dream color stories that I was able to put into like fruition to get into an actual palette. And yeah, if you want to see some of my dream color stories come into palettes, keep your eyes open. This one is palettes you like to combine together, and instead of like taking 2 palettes that I like to use together, I decided to bring out 2 palettes that I quite often reach for when I'm using other palettes, to either use a pastel or to deepen up, or to use any of these shades together with palettes. This is the Natasha Denona Mini Xenon palette, and this one has an almost matte white and it has a matte black, and I reach for this one quite a lot, and this also has gone traveling with me quite a lot because I love combining this with other palettes, because I love using a matte white or a matte almost white and a matte black in my looks, and not every palette has that, and quite honestly, not every palette needs that, especially if you have something like this. This is a great companion palette for me, and I also feel the same about the BH Cosmetics Lost in Los Angeles. I just put my finger in one of them. This is a pastel palette with a matte white. This one has also been a companion palette for me. I've used this one quite a lot together with other palettes. I will also say that every ColourPop palette that has a matte pastel in it has also been a palette that I like to combine with other things. For me, a person who likes a bright matte inner corner, those pastel shades from ColourPop and this matte white and some of these pastels for like transition shades, they're just awesome to like combine. So these are 2 palettes that I know for sure I've reached for quite a lot in my collection just to have as companion palettes, together with a bunch of different palettes in videos, outside of YouTube, you name it. This question was also very, very easy for me to answer. And this is large palette that you wish was smaller. And say it with me. Let's all say it together. This is the Bella Beauté Bar Smoky Glam. I talked about this one in a video quite recently, and I have a video where if I have any corresponding videos to any of these things, you know what, I'll leave them down below in case you want to see something more. Some of them I might not have that with, but at least I know with this one I do. And if I have any affiliate codes or affiliate links, I will also leave that down below. Some of my links and codes are affiliated, meaning that I earn a small commission if you use them. And if you do, thank you so much for supporting my channel. This is extremely good quality. 99% of this palette is extremely good quality, to the point that I was surprised at how incredible this palette performed on my eyes. But this didn't need to be this big. This didn't need to be this big. I don't love big palettes, but I can't lie, the quality of these shadows are incredible. And Bella Beauté Bar is coming out with a palette soon that is smaller than this one. And they have said that the quality of that is going to be the same as this one. And if they are, they're going to be blowing so many other brands out of the water, because I'm so impressed with this one. But if I could choose, this would have been an amazing 16-pound palette. And I will say, with this amazing quality, I cannot wait to see what the future has in store for Bella Beauté Bar, because this is such great quality. It didn't need to be this big. I think this last question is the best question and the most intriguing question, and the question that got me thinking, what would I like to see? And this is eyeshadow palette you wish had a matching palette. You know that last collection that came out with Lunar Beauty, where they had the eyeshadow palette and then the blush palette? It's more in that vein, like not exactly the same colors as the eyeshadow palette, but like, what eyeshadow palette would you like to have like a matching cheek palette? Something in the same vein, something in the same theming. And after thinking a little bit, I decided that what I would like to see is a Citrus Punch face palette. This is the Citrus Punch palette by Simply Posh. I really, really love this color story. It's absolutely incredible. Again, there's a video where I'm using this one a little bit more. And of course I don't want green in my face palette. At least I don't want green in my face palette. But to have a face palette with these like corally orange, even yellow, and like pomegranate red, and then some like duochrome like blushes, highlighters, something to match this, I cannot even imagine how amazing that would be. Even like a trio, or maybe 2 trios, or even like a 6-pack like the one I showed from Lunar Beauty. I think that sounds great. That sounds amazing, and something that I would really like. Again, it would of course then lean a little brighter, it would lean a little warmer, so maybe it's not for everyone, but that is something that I would love. I would have loved to see that. So those were my answers to these questions, and again, check the description box for more info if you want to see some more videos, if you want to see some more thoughts, and I would love to see your answers to these as well. So if you're a creator and you want to do this tag, don't forget to tag Cheek Geek, but also tag me. I would love to see your answers to this. I love tag videos, and I'm so excited that we're receiving more tag videos as of late. I don't love all old school YouTube. There is a bunch of things from like old school beauty YouTube that I literally could not care less about, but tag videos, ooh, bring them on all day, every day. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you real soon in a new video. Bye!